Good morning, Year 3. So how did you get on with the questions yesterday? Let's have a look. So first of all, with the leisure centre, there were 352 visitors. 127 of them were medal winners. So we need to work out the difference between those two numbers to work out how many people didn't get medals. So let's have a look at the ones column first. We have 2 ones, but we need to subtract 7 ones. So more on the floor, go next door and get some more. So the 5 tens are going to become 4 tens, and we're going to regroup that 10 into ones so we can pop it onto this column. So instead of 2 ones, there'll be 12 ones. And now we have more on top, so there's no need to stop. 12 ones subtract 7 ones equals 5 ones. And then we have 4 tens, and we need to subtract 2 of the tens, so that means we'd have 2 tens. Whoopsie. And then we have 300, and we need to subtract 1 of the hundreds. That means there'll be 200 left. So 352 subtract 127 equals 225. So how many people did not get medals? 225 people. Let's try the second one. There were 781 spaces in a car park. 472 of them were taken. So we need to work out the difference between the two numbers to work out how many spaces are empty. So we start with the ones column. We have 1 1, we need to take away 2 ones. More on the floor, go next door and get some more. So let's regroup the 8 tens into 7 tens. And then we'll put this onto this side because we've regrouped the 10 into ones. So now we have 11 ones on the ones column. So now 11 ones subtract 2 ones. We can do that because we have more on top, no need to stop. 11 ones take away 2 ones, 9 ones. Then we have 7 tens and we're subtracting 7 tens. Numbers the same, zero's the name. 7 tens subtract 7 tens means that there will be no more tens. So 0, we'll pop the placeholder in. And then we have 700 and we're subtracting 400. That means we have 300. So 781 subtract 472 equals 309. So how many spaces are empty? 309 spaces are empty. How did you get on? Hopefully you did really well. Let's carry on with some more subtraction. So we're continuing our subtraction journey, but this time we're moving on to regrouping in the hundreds and the tens. So let's start with this sum. I've set it up in base 10. We have 537 and we're going to subtract 272. So just like we've done with every other sum, we're going to start in the ones column. So we have 7 ones and we need to subtract 2 of those ones. Well, you can see here, more on top, no need to stop. 7 ones subtract 2 ones. Let's do that. Let's subtract 2 of those ones. And that leaves us with 5 ones. Let's pop the 5 ones in. Now we move to the tens column. Now I have 3 tens, but I need to subtract 7 tens. So what am I going to do? It's going to be regrouping, isn't it? But this time, instead of regrouping the ones that we did before, we're going to be regrouping 100. So I've got more on the floor. I'm going to go next door and get some more. So let's regroup one of the hundreds. So instead of 500, there'll be 400 left. And I'm going to regroup the 100 into tens, so I can put it into the tens column. Now we know that 10 tens are 100, so let's put 10 tens into the tens column. So there's 2, 4, there's 6, 8, and 10. So I've regrouped one of the hundreds into tens and we'll put them onto this side. So now I have 13 tens and I need to subtract 7 of those tens. So let's subtract 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so how many tens do I have left? Let's have a look. I have 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s. So I have 6 10s left. Let's pop that into the answer. Then I go to the hundreds column. So I have 400. I need to subtract 2 of those hundreds. So let's do that. 100, 200. So I have 200 left. So 537 subtract 272 equals 265. Let's try another one. Let's try the next sum with place value counters to show you it works in the same way. So we have 428 set up and I need to subtract 151 from that number. So I start with the ones column as always. I have 8 ones and I need to subtract one of those ones. I can do that, more on top, no need to stop. 8 ones subtract one of those ones means that there'll be 7 ones left. Now I go to the tens column. I have 2 10s and I need to subtract 5 10s. So more on the floor, I have to go next door and get some more. So I need to regroup one of those hundreds. So I'm going to take one of those hundreds and I'm going to regroup it. So I'm going to show that in my sum, in my abstract sum. There'll be 300 left and I'm going to regroup that 100 into slidey tens. Okay, so I've put 10 10s on that side. 10 10s are 100. So now I have 12 10s and I need to subtract 5 of those 10s. So let's do that. 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s. I've subtracted 5 of the 10s and that means altogether I have 7 10s left. Let's pop that into the answer. Then I have 300 and I'm going to subtract one of those hundreds and that will leave me with 200. So 428 subtract 151 equals 277. So you can see it's exactly the same in place value counters, it's just that it looks a little bit different to the base 10. Right, I'm going to leave you with a couple of problems and a challenge problem ready for the next lesson. So the first problem is, Hardeep has 235 stickers. Lucy has 153 fewer stickers than Hardeep. How many stickers does Lucy have? See if you can work that one out. Question 2. A baker bakes 416 rolls. She sells 256 rolls. How many are left? And then your challenge check, ready for tomorrow's lesson, is a baker bakes 306 buns. He sells 134 of them. How many are left? Have a go, see how you get on. Good luck, see you later.